Hello everyone. Last time we have seen the properties of or axioms of real numbers. Once again I will, in short, I will revise all these things so that there will be no problem while using these properties, okay, or these axioms. So, first axiom what we have considered is commutative with respect to addition and with respect to multiplication. So, for any a comma b, a plus b, and not only that, a into b, a plus b is equal to b plus a, and a into b is equal to b into a. This property is called as commutative property. For any a and b, a plus b is same as b plus a, and a into b is same as b into a. Then associative, I will write in short, a plus b plus c is same as a plus b plus c. So, you can change the order of addition. Similarly, you may have a into b into c is equal to a into b into c. This is called as associative property with respect to addition and with respect to multiplication. Then you have studied closure property also. I have not written here. If a and b are any two real numbers, then a plus b belongs to R and a into b is also belongs to R. So, it is also a real number. Okay. Product of any two real numbers is also a real number, that is assumed, and addition of any two real numbers is also a real number. Okay. Then the next important property is identity. Identity with respect to addition. With respect to addition is 0. And what is the property of this? A plus 0 is equal to a, and it is same as 0 plus a, because addition is commutative. So, there exists a number 0, such that a plus 0 is equal to a, or it is also called, it is written as 0 plus a. So, 0 is called as additive identity, you know very well. Okay. You might have studied this. Okay. Then with respect to multiplication, 1 is, there exists number 1, okay, such that a into 1 is same as a, and it is same as 1 into a, because multiplication is again commutative, 1 into a. So, there exists a number 1, okay, such that a into 1 is equal to 1. 1 is called as multiplicative identity. Okay. So, this is about identity with respect to addition, that is 0, identity with respect to multiplication. Now, inverse. Okay. So, for every a belonging to R, whatever may be a, positive, negative, any number, or even 0 also, there exists b, okay, b belonging to R, okay, b belonging to R. This is the notation for there exist, such that, this is the notation for such that a plus b, for every a there exists b, for every 2 there exists minus 2, such that their sum is additive identity is equal to 0, that is additive identity, and a plus b is same as we know b plus a. So, b is called as additive identity, and here value of b is nothing but minus a, because if a is 2, minus 2 is another real number, so that is b. Okay. So, for every a there exists b, that is minus a, such that their sum is equal to identity, additive identity. Again, for every a, multiplicative identity, this is additive identity. Now, multiplicative identity. Now, for every a, non-zero a, okay, remember, for every a not equal to 0, there exists b, and how is this b now? B is 1 upon a. So, we do not take a as 0, because 1 by 0 is not defined, it is meaningless. Therefore, a should be non-zero, so that its 1 by a is meaningful. So, for every a there exists b, such that a into b, a multiplied by b is identity, and it is same as b into a. So, for every non-zero real number a, there exists a number b, okay, such that their product is 1. B is called as multiplicative identity. B is called as multiplicative identity. If A is any number, then its multiplicative identity B is 1 by A. Okay. So, this is all about the basic properties of real numbers that you have learnt. Okay. So, we are going to use these properties, okay, or axioms while doing further analysis of real numbers. Okay. Now, here see additive identity. So, what we say here, for every A in R, for every real number A, there exists a number 0 such that A plus 0 is A, or 0 is additive identity. Now, see how many real numbers of this type exist. How many real numbers असे किती additive identity आहेत? 0 is the additive identity, okay, because 0, if we add 0 to any number, we know A plus 0 is A itself. Is there any other number in the set of real numbers such that A plus that number is equal to A? That we will see now. Okay. So, whether there exist more than one additive identities. Okay. So, that we will prove now. Okay. So, see what I will do is I claim that what I claim is there exists one and only one additive identity. 0 is the only additive identity. There do not exist any other real number which is called as additive identity. Okay. And we will try to prove it. Okay. How there is only one additive identity. Okay. So, our first result is additive identity, additive identity in R is unique. Additive identity in R is unique, means every real number has or there exists one and only one number 0 such that it is the additive identity. Okay. Now, we will prove this. Okay. We will assume that now, I will assume here that there exists another number 0 dash such that it is also additive identity. Okay. Now, I will assume suppose 0 and 0 dash are additive identities. Additive identity. Suppose that 0 and 0 dash are additive identities. Okay. Now, what you know is only these axioms. You know only these axioms. So, we will use these axioms and we will try to prove that these two are not different, but they are the same. Okay. 0 dash cannot be any number other than 0. Okay. Now, see. Now, 0 is additive identity. Okay. Therefore, yes, as 0 is additive identity, yes, what do you mean by additive identity? 0 is additive identity means for any A in R, A plus 0 is A, comma, we have A plus 0 is equal to A. Suppose I will call this as number 1. This is true for any A in R, for all A in R. This is true for all real numbers. Okay. If you add 0 to A, addition is A. Also, 0 dash is additive identity. 0 dash is additive identity. So that again A plus 0 dash, because 0 dash is also, we assume that 0 dash is also additive identity. Therefore, A plus 0 dash must be equal to A. Okay. This is true for all A in R, and we call this as suppose number 2, equation number 2. Okay. So, as 0 and 0 dash are additive identities, okay, so I have this and I have this. Now see here, consider this now. This is true for all A in R. Here what I assume is 0 is additive identity. So if I assume that 0 is additive identity, 0 dash is any other real number, okay, and this is true for all A in R. Therefore this must be true for A is equal to 0 dash, okay. So I will put A here. So this must be true for 0 dash. For A is equal to 0 dash, 1 implies, this is true for all A in R. Here 0 is additive identity, okay. Therefore 0 dash is any other real number here. So therefore for A is equal to 0 dash, 1 implies, what does this implies? 0 dash plus 0 is equal to 0 dash. 0 dash plus 0 is equal to 0 dash. Suppose this is my 3. Also, now here when I assume that 0 dash is additive identity, 0 dash is additive identity, therefore 0 dash plus A, for any A, it is answer is A. Here 0 dash is identity, therefore 0 is any other real number here now. Therefore for A is equal to 0 here, also for A is equal to 0, from 2 we have, yes, this is true for all A in R, so this must be true for A is equal to 0. So what we get is 0 plus 0 dash is equal to 0. Number 4. Now just observe 3 and 4, okay. But what we know is addition, see addition is but 0 dash plus 0 is the same as 0 plus 0 dash. Why? Because as addition is, yes, commutative. Addition is commutative, because addition is commutative, A plus B is same as B plus A. So 0 dash plus 0 must be equal to 0 plus 0 dash, okay. So these two are equal, but from 3 and 4, this implies 0 dash is equal to 0 from 3 and 4. Therefore, yes, we assumed that 0 and 0 dash are two additive identities, and here what you proved is they are not equal, they are the same. Therefore what I can say is, additive identity is unique. Means there exists one and only one additive identity. 0 is the only additive identity. That's what. Okay. So this is how we can prove. So see, just observe. We are using these basic assumptions. Okay. So this is for additive identity. Okay. Similarly, now we will do it for multiplicative identity. We will use these properties. Okay. Now see, multiplicative identity in R is unique. Second property, multiplicative identity in R is unique. Means there is only one multiplicative identity. What is that? It is 1. Okay. We will try to prove that it is the only multiplicative identity. Okay, so to prove it, we follow the same procedure. Suppose if possible there exist two multiplicative identities 1 and 1 dash. Okay, 1 dash is any other real number suppose, and at the end we will try to prove that 1 dash is nothing but it is same as 1. Okay, now suppose 1 and 1 dash are two, I will write in short, multiplicative identities. Two multiplicative identities. Okay, so as these are any two multiplicative identities, okay, therefore for any A belonging to R, we have yes, as 1 is multiplicative identity, so what I have is A into 1 is equal to A. Okay, suppose this is number 1, and A as 1 dash is also multiplicative identity, therefore A into 1 dash is also A. Okay, suppose this is number 2. Okay, now what we want to prove is 1 is equal to 1 dash. Now see here, this 1 is true for all A. 1 is true, equation 1 is true for all A belonging to R. Hence, it must be true for, this is true for any A. Here 1 is multiplicative identity. 1 is multiplicative identity. So 1 into A is A for any A. Now if I take A as 1 dash, because here इथे मी 1 माझा multiplicative identity आहे, A is any real number, so I may take A as 1 dash also, because when I treat 1 as identity, 1 dash is any other real number. Okay, so hence for A is equal to 1, take A is equal to 1 dash, put A is equal to 1 dash here, so what we get is 1 dash into 1 is equal to 1 dash, right? This is true for any A, therefore it must be also true for A is equal to 1 dash. Suppose this is my 3, and for A is equal to, this is true for any A again, so this must be true for, here 1 dash is, here 1 dash is, here 1 dash is multiplicative identity. So 1 is any other real number, so it must be true for A is equal to 1 also. So for A is equal to 1, from 2 we have, what we have, 1 into 1 dash is equal to 1. Call this as number 4. Okay, but what you know is, yes, but we know multiplication is commutative. A into B is same as B into A. Therefore 1 into 1 dash is equal to 1 dash into 1, as I will write in short as dot is commutative, as dot is commutative. A into B is same as B into A. Therefore, but what is 1 into 1 dash? 1 into 1 dash is 1. This is equal to 1 dash into 1 is 1 dash by 3 and 4. By 3 and 4, this is 1 dash, this is 1. 1 is equal to 1 dash. Okay. Therefore, what does this shows? 1 and 1 dash are not too different, but they are the same. Therefore, yes, what is 1? Multiplicative identity. Therefore, multiplicative identity in R is unique. Okay, R मध्ये एक आणि एकच multiplicative identity आहे, that is 1. So 1 is the only multiplicative identity. Okay. So, this is how we have used the properties of axioms of multiplication to prove that 1 is only multiplicative identity. Okay. Now, let us do some more properties. Okay. Very similar to this, what we have assumed is, this is about identities. Now, for inverses, for every A in R there exists B such that A plus B is equal to 1, additive inverse. For every real number A there exists a additive inverse. Similarly, for every non-zero A there exists a multiplicative inverse. Okay. So, before that, remember these properties. We are going to use these properties many times. Okay. Now let us see about inverses. Additive, this is the third property, additive inverse in R is unique. So, in R every real number has one and only one additive inverse. What do you mean by additive inverse? For every A there exists B such that A plus B is equal to identity, that is 0, additive identity is 0. So, and if I take A as 5, what is B? So, that we add B to A, their sum will be 0. So, B must be minus 5. If A is 5, B must be minus 5. That means if so B is minus A. Okay. So, again we will try to prove that every real number has one and only one additive inverse. Okay. If I take any A, okay, if I take for example A is equal to 5, you cannot find two numbers such that 5 plus B and 5 plus C both are equal to 0. You will only find B is equal to minus 5 such that A plus B is 0. You cannot find any other real number, okay, that you know, but here we will prove it how it is. Okay. So, suppose if possible, we will assume suppose if possible, say B and B dash, or I will take C, B and C are additive inverses of A belonging to R. A is any real number and I assume that suppose it has two additive inverses B and C. Okay. Therefore, by definition of additive inverse, by axiom of additive inverse, B is additive inverse of A. What does this mean? A plus B is equal to additive identity. Okay. Yes. Suppose this is number 1 and from 2, as C is additive inverse, so what you get is A plus C is equal to 0 because B is additive inverse. This is because C is additive inverse. Okay. B is additive inverse, so A plus B is 0 and C is additive inverse, therefore A plus C is 0. Okay. Now, our claim is, what I want to prove is, I want to prove that B is equal to C. So, I will start with B now. Now, B is equal to, okay. Now, I may write B as B is equal to B plus 0, right. Why I can write like this? Because 0 is additive identity, therefore, you can add 0 to any number, it makes no difference. Yes. What is the reason? As 0 is additive identity. 0 is additive identity. This is equal to B plus. Now, what I will do is, now I will introduce, yes, now I will introduce this 0 as A plus C. I may write this 0 as A plus C. So, this is A plus C, yes. by 2 by equation 2. Okay, this is equal to, but what you know is addition is associative. You can change the order of addition. Therefore, this can be written as b plus a plus c. Yes, as addition is associative. Addition is associative. This is equal to, yes, you may write b plus a as a plus b and plus c. Why? Because as addition is, yes, you can change the order because a plus b can be same as b plus a because addition is commutative. Now, what is a plus b by 1? By 1, a plus b is 0. So, this is 0 plus c. Yes, what is the reason? Yes, by 1, by equation 1. And this is same as c. Why? Because 0 is, as 0 is additive identity. You have to give the reason every time, remember. Okay, without reason you will, if you write only the steps, it is not meaningful. Okay, if in exam such questions are asked, they are asked for 5 marks. Okay, so you have to write all the reasons, you should not miss any reason. Okay, so 0 plus c is same as c because 0 is additive identity. So therefore, what we have is, therefore b is equal to c. What are b and c? Additive inverses of a. So a has one and only one additive inverse. Therefore additive inverse is unique in R. So in R, every real number has one and only one additive inverse. Okay. So is it clear? I want to prove that there is one and only one additive inverse. So for that I assume that suppose B and C are two additive inverses of A. Now by definition of additive inverse, as B is additive inverse, A plus B must be equal to additive identity, that is 0. Again, as C is additive inverse of A, therefore A plus C must be equal to again additive identity, that is 0. Suppose this is 1 and this is 2. Now start with B. I may write B as B plus 0 because 0 is additive identity. You can add 0 to any number, makes no difference. But now I will put value of the 0 from 2. From 2, I want to introduce here C because what is my aim is B is equal to C. Don't introduce here this 0 as A plus B. Okay. So that will not be meaningful then. Okay. So I introduce this 0 as A plus C because I want to bring into picture C. Okay, because we want to prove B is equal to C. So I have brought C here using this. So this 0 is A plus C. Now addition is associative, so change the order. This is same as B plus A plus C. Again addition is commutative. Therefore B plus A is same as A plus B, but A plus B is 0 from 1. So this is 0 plus C, and again 0 is additive identity. Therefore 0 plus C is C. Therefore B is equal to C. Thus additive inverse for any real number is unique. Okay. Now come to very similar property for multiplication. Okay. So multiplicative inverse in R is unique. Okay. Multiplicative inverse in R is unique. Again we will prove using same logic is there. Start with 2 different multiplicative inverses. Now see, given a real number, whether every real number has multiplicative inverse? No, not. Number should be non-zero. Okay, only non-zero numbers have. Okay, 0 has no multiplicative inverse. Remember. Okay, so suppose I will start with suppose a not equal to 0 belongs to R. Take any real number a which is non-zero. Okay, and if possible, suppose B and C are multiplicative inverses of A. Multiplicative inverses of A. Okay. Therefore, by definition of multiplicative inverse, B is multiplicative inverse of A. That means their multiplication A into B must be equal to identity. What is identity in multiplication? It is 1. So, A into B is 1. This is suppose 1. As again C is multiplicative inverse of A, therefore A into C must be equal to 1. Okay, because B is multiplicative inverse of A and C is multiplicative inverse of A. Then I will start with now, yes, B. Then B is equal to, I may write this B as B into 1. Why can I write like this? Why? Because 1 is multiplicative identity. Okay. So therefore B is same as B into 1. Now this is equal to, now we want to bring into the picture C. So use now 2. But this one is A into C. So B into A into C by 2. Okay, I have used 2 here. Why not 1? Because I want to bring into picture here C. Now this is same as B into A into C. Why? Because this dot is associative. Multiplication is associative. Okay, you can change the order of multiplication. This is same as B into A is same as A into B. Why? Because as dot is commutative. And this is equal to by 1 now. A into B is nothing but 1 because B is inverse of A. Multiplicative inverse, so this is 1 into C by 1, and this is again 1 into C is C. Why? Because as 1 is multiplicative identity. Therefore, what you have is B is equal to C. What does this mean? Yes, B and C are multiplicative inverses of A and they are not different, they are the same. Therefore, multiplicative inverse in R is unique. Every non-zero real number has one and only one multiplicative inverse. Okay, if you take any non-zero multiplicative real number, then you will find it has one and only one multiplicative inverse. Okay, so this is about the uniqueness of multiplicative inverse and additive inverse. Okay, multiplicative and additive inverse. Now come to some more properties of real numbers. And what are these properties? These are properties, very important properties. They are called as cancellation laws. Cancellation laws for addition and for multiplication. Okay, cancellation laws for addition and multiplication. Number 1, for addition, a plus b is equal to a plus c implies a plus b is equal to a plus c implies b is equal to c. This is called as left cancellation law. We have cancelled a number which is to the left side. Okay, so this is called as left cancellation law for addition. Okay, and I will write second. See, suppose a plus b is equal to a plus b is equal to, I will write it in simple way. Suppose b plus a is equal to c plus a. This implies, so yes, now this is b plus a is equal to c plus a means, yes, b is equal to c. So I have cancelled a number from the right. So this is called as right cancellation law for addition. Right cancellation law for addition. We will prove any one of them. Okay. So laws I will write here for addition. Same rules are there for multiplication. Okay. Now we will take any one. We will take any. Doesn't matter. Okay. Suppose I take second. Proof. Similarly, you will try to prove the result for 1, because see, anyhow you have to use the properties or axioms of real numbers only. Okay, and you have to prove this. Again, it is very simple. So what we assume here? We assume this: if this, then this. Okay, so suppose, what you suppose? Suppose I will write here b plus a is equal to c plus a. This is my assumption. If this, then you have to prove that b is nothing but c. Now what I will do is, now I will add minus a to both sides. I will add minus a to, because if a is a real number, minus a is another real number. So I may add that. Okay. So b plus a plus, this is our b plus a, and we add to it minus a is equal to, this is our c plus a, and we add to it minus a. How I have obtained is adding minus a to both sides, Therefore, this implies, now see, addition is associative. Therefore, you can change the order, b plus a and plus this minus a, right? This is equal to c plus this a and plus this is minus a. Why? Because as addition is associative. Give the reason. Because addition is associative. Okay. This implies, now a plus minus a, this is additive inverse of a. So what you get is b plus 0 is equal to c plus 0. What is the reason? Additive inverse inverse. This implies, yes, what does this implies? B plus 0, what is B plus 0? It is same as B. C plus 0 is same as C, yes, because yes, as 0 is, what is 0? 0 is additive identity. 0 is additive identity, okay. So, see, if B plus A is equal to C plus A, then just I did some calculations, I have used the axioms, basic axioms, okay, and what I have proved is, if B plus A is equal to C plus A, then B is same as C. That means we can cancel the number from the right, okay, the number to the right, if it is the same number, then we can cancel it. Therefore, B plus A is equal to C plus A. This implies B plus A is equal to C plus A. This implies, or if this, then B is equal to C. So, that is what we have proved. Similarly, you can add minus A to both sides from the left here and do the same calculations. You can prove 1. Okay. So, 1 is homework. You do at home this using same properties. Okay. So, this is all about the cancellations laws for addition. Now, let us do the cancellation laws for multiplication. See the first law, A into B for any A, here A should be non-zero, okay. So, this is true for any A non-zero, okay. So, A should be non-zero, okay. So, for any A non-zero, A into B is equal to A into C implies B is equal to C. So, you can cancel the number to the left. So, this is called as left cancellation law. B into A is equal to C into A. If B into A is equal to C into A, then B must be equal to C. This is true for any A not equal to 0, for any A non-zero, okay, not equal to 0. This is true for any A non-zero. So, this is called as right cancel. So, we cancel the number from the right, okay. So, see, we did these properties. See, if you see, you will say, what is there, sir? It is very easy. It is basic. We have used it so many times, but you have to prove this, okay. So, what we did up till now as a basic thing, you have to check now, is it true? Is it valid? Okay. Now, we will check here. So, we will prove here 1, you try 2 at home, okay. So, start with proof of 1, okay. Now, suppose I assume that A into B is equal to A into C. I will take this to the left so that I can give the reasons. A into B is equal to A into C. This implies, what I will do now is, I will multiply both sides, okay, or before that what I will do is, suppose, very basic thing, no necessary, but I will write, suppose A not equal to 0 is any real number. As A is non-zero, therefore, its multiplicative inverse exists, okay. Therefore, yes, A inverse exists. A inverse exists. A has multiplicative inverse and we denote it by B, that is B is 1 upon A, either B is 1 upon A or A inverse, okay. Now you start with A into B is equal to A into C. Now what we do is, now you multiply from the left by A inverse. A inverse into A into B A inverse, no need to put the bracket here, A inverse. So this is A inverse into A into C. Yes, multiply by A inverse, multiply by A inverse, both sides from the left. Okay. So this implies, now everywhere there is multiplication, you know multiplication is associative. So therefore I can change the order, A inverse into A into B is equal to A inverse into A into C. Yes, what is the reason? As this dot is associative, dot is associative, this property multiplication is associative. Okay, this implies, what is A inverse A? A inverse is, yes, A inverse A, 1 into B is equal to 1 into C. Yes, by multiplicative inverse axiom. What does this imply? 1 into B is equal to 1 into C. This implies B is equal to C. Why? Because as 1 is multiplicative identity, multiplicative identity. Yes, so A into B is equal to A into C implies B is equal to C. Therefore, A into B is equal to A into C implies B is equal to C. Yes, that is what the for any A not equal to 0 and B comma C belonging to R. For any non-zero A and any B and C, this is true. A into B is equal to A into C implies B is equal to C. So this is about cancellation law, left cancellation law for multiplication. Similarly, you can do the right cancellation law. Okay. Now, just remember some notations. So just I have written here, yes, additive inverse, additive inverse of A is minus of A. Multiplicative inverse of A, non-zero A, is 1 upon A or denoted by A inverse. One more note you should know, for A not equal to 0, for A not equal to 0, A raised to minus n, and I will write and n belonging to n. A raised to minus n is, what is A raised to minus n? Yes, A raised to minus n. How we can write this? This is A raised to minus 1 raised to n, right? A raised to m raised to n is A raised to mn. Yes, and this is nothing but, yes, but A raised to minus 1 means A inverse, and it is nothing but 1 upon A raised to n, and it is same as 1 raised to n is 1, and this is A raised to n. So A raised to minus n, you will say what is there? See, I did this using basic things what I have assumed here. Okay, I didn't write it directly. Okay, so A raised to minus n is nothing but 1 upon A raised to n. And one more thing you may write, see x into y inverse as y inverse is nothing but x into 1 upon y, or you may write this as x by y. So in further course, many times when we come across x by y, remember it will be taken as x into y inverse. Okay. So this is all about the some of the properties of real numbers. Okay. We will do more properties in further lectures.